Riding the Dragon by Robert J. Wicks. He also wrote the book Bounce that I'm currently reading. Well, I don't want to skip these couple of pages first. We got this page that says, she welcomes each day with enthusiasm, laughter, curiosity, and boundless love for everyone she meets. I am completely bowled over by her spirit of spontaneous joy. For my granddaughter, Caitlin Marie Kulik. Sounds like a lot of granddaughters. Oh, I almost skipped a page. Go back to this one. Oh, here it is. Okay. Huh. I didn't know he had that many books. Wow. That's awesome. I got to read all of them now. Here are the table of contents. As you can see, prune carefully and often. Recognize your renewal zones. Catch the slide. Seek hidden possibilities. Engage the spiritual darkness. Pair clarity and kindness. Find love in small deeds. Seek perspective daily. Build a barrier of simplicity. Come home often. Be a dangerous listener. Some readings I have found helpful. And notes. All right. These days, we are apt to seek out a therapist to help us get the dragon back into the cave. Therapists of many schools will oblige in this, and we thus will be returned to what Freud called ordinary unhappiness, and temporarily heave a sigh of relief, our repressions working smoothly once again. Zen, by contrast, offers dragon riding lessons. David Brazier. We should not just be a fan of dragons, we should always be the dragon himself. Then we will not be afraid of any dragon. Shunryu Suzuki. Alright, preface to the 10th anniversary edition of Riding the Dragon. Recent and somewhat fascinating findings have brought psychology into alignment with that which the spirituality literature of world religions has long claimed to be true with respect to suffering. In the area called post-traumatic growth, studies are reporting now that some people who have encountered severe stress, traumatic loss, or trauma experience a positive paradox. They do not simply endure their pain and return to a quality of life similar to what it was before the trauma occurred. Instead, they experience new psychological growth and spiritual depth that would not have been possible had they not undergone a trauma or severe stress in the first place. The lesson from these findings, then, is that although no one should want to suffer dramatically, and when it does happen, it certainly should not be underplayed or denied. For some who are open to new possibilities, the terrible occurrences can actually turn out to be the source of unforeseen personal growth, development. Although these psychological findings were generally not available when Riding the Dragon was written over a decade ago, the philosophy underlying each of these chapters is in accord with them. Namely, when all of life, both the perceived good and bad, is faced directly with a sense of openness, life's promises are more fully realized. Moreover, this is not only important for the person experiencing struggles, but also for those they may touch after absorbing the new lessons learned about gratitude, impermanence, the fragility of life, simplicity, meaning-making, and compassion. As the following pages will point out, there is no guarantee that tough times will result in greater gentleness, wisdom, and more grateful, compassionate demeanor, but the possibility is there for those who are open to it, so why not try it? Certainly, when life falls apart, don't you deserve whatever good comes your way? And it only takes one thing, openness to change and to the possibility that you will be gifted anew in some unforeseen way during and after these tough times of loss, trauma, loneliness, and great stress. In the darkness, if we are open to seeing our helplessness and facing our loss and trauma directly, the result will be to experience the cardinal psychological and spiritual virtue of humility. When this occurs, wondrous results become possible, because when you take humility and add it to knowledge, you get wisdom. And when you add this gift of wisdom to compassion, you are in a position to offer selfless love. What more can you ask for than that? By facing the dragons of reality and truth about our lives, much unforeseen growth, depth, and promise becomes possible. It is not easy to face our lives at times. No one wants to experience, and it is not easy to face loss, trauma, serious stress, and loneliness. That is very true. However, if we can learn to ride our dragons rather than run, hide from, or attack it, which can be transforming. It is true that what is written in psychological and various scriptural texts needs to be embraced. The truth shall set you free. And that is what this book is about. The new freedom and wisdom within reach when we open ourselves to all of life, including maybe especially during our challenging times. When life is overwhelming, you deserve all the support you can get. This is essential not only so you can return as much as possible to life as it was through this, though this rarely occurs completely, but also so that something more wonderful can happen, allowing you to share your life in ways never before considered possible. If in some way the following pages of Riding the Dragon can enable this to happen, I will be very grateful. You deserve whatever support you can get at this tender time in your life. Robert J. Wicks, Loyola University, Maryland.